The game you see behind me is Fighter's Destiny for the Nintendo 64. It's one of my favorite games. I actually have Fighter Destiny and Fighter's Destiny 2. It's right here inside of my hand. Now, I could emulate this game or I could load up my Nintendo 64 because I have the original right in my hand. Now, what is the one way I can't play this game anymore? Well, if I was emulating it, Nintendo could come by and use their ninjas and destroy me and take me out of my sleep. Naturally, that's what Nintendo does. Or, alternatively, if this game gets destroyed and annihilated, I could break it tween like I just did there, and I destroyed that game. The cartridge is destroyed. That's a bar of soap, by the way. I actually have a bar of soap that specifically is just like that. I completely crushed it and it was hard to. This is the game. It's a bar of soap, but it has the game on it. I still indefinitely have the game cartridge over there. I just didn't want to be tempted to destroy it because I let my intrusive thoughts win sometimes. Just didn't want to let that happen in my soul and brain. But this game means a lot to me. It's a fun fighting game. Now, with most fighting games nowadays, let's get me in front of the screen for a moment. You actively have to be connected to the internet to actually play the games. You want to play Tekken, Dragon Ball, Sparking Zero. You want to play any game you want to play. You got to be connected to the interwebs. You can't play anything without being connected to the internet. And this causes a lot of destruction in my brain. For instance, I, rightfully so, bought Spider-Man for the PS4. I own the disc, actually. I have the disc for Spider-Man for the PS4. However, I don't have a PS4 anymore. So I went to go buy a PS4. Turns out that I can't install the game because I don't have the data to install the game. I can't run the game without installing the data. Didn't know that because I didn't have internet on the PS4. So I tried to play it on my PS5. I didn't have internet at the time. And guess what? I cannot play Spider-Man without verifying the license to the game. I need to verify and be online connected to play a single-player game. Spider-Man has no online functionality, period. It just doesn't, not in any capacity. So, why am I connecting to the internet? Is it collecting data from me? Is it reading my inputs to my fingers? Is it listening to my voice to see if I want to get Spider-Man-centered undies? What is it doing? I have no clue. It is killing the game. It's destroying it. I can't play it ever again. I can't play it at all. I genuinely can't unless I connect to the internet. There's a game called Knockout City. If you don't know what Knockout City is, it's a really fun game. It's a dodgeball game. And if you want to play it, you can just load it up on Steam right now. It's an online server-based game where the servers are shut down, so you actually can't play the game. I lied to you. There's a private server at the current moment because of the dedicated amount of fans. As a matter of fact, a lot of people playing Multiverse. This is a Multiverse's private server going on right now as well. Same with the deal with Knockout City. Knockout City has a private Discord where you can load up and play that game indefinitely. The fans are keeping the game alive. Why are they doing that, though? Why is that important? Why, for God's sake, did they make an entire mod for Skyrim where they put all of Oblivion and all of Morrowind, Skyblivion and Skywind, into the game? And why are they still working on it despite the fact that Oblivion got remastered and they may do Morrowind in the future? Why are we doing that? Because we paid for the games back in the day. Because we want to still play those games. Because it's very important to play the games we once played. Nintendo is currently doing a long and arduous process outside of destroying people that even think about playing their games illegally. They are doing emulation on their Nintendo Switches. Nintendo Switch 2 has emulation. You can play Nintendo 64 games, GameCube games, and they're doing a fun level of emulation. And I enjoy that. But that's not going to last forever. The Nintendo eShop for 3DS went down, Xbox 360 destroyed its Microsoft Store, and we only have limited access to these things. But where did it all start? You see, back in the day, I used to go to a store called Blockbuster. You probably don't know what Blockbuster was, but Blockbuster is a place where you could go in, you could rent a VHS. VHS is a rectangular kind of apparatus that you can put inside of your VHS player. And then you would be able to watch the movie. To rewind it, you would have to rewind the entire thing on the VHS. It was very fun. If you took the film out of the VHS, you could destroy the entire film. And the only way someone could take the VHS from me was by actively destroying it. But I rented it. I rented it for quite some time, and Blockbuster had this thing where you could rent movies for a week or rent it for one night and then give it back. Netflix saw this model and said, well, you don't want to leave your house. How about we just send you the disc? How about we just send you the physical media? So that's what they did. But then they realized that discs were getting scratched up, they were getting destroyed, they were getting annihilated. Netflix had a big issue where people were actually keeping the disc and not returning them. They're actually losing money at one point, Netflix was. But here goes the thing. Netflix then made a better model than Blockbuster. You can have as many discs as you want. Many as you want. Infinite amount of discs. Gamefly tried this too. You don't remember Gamefly? Gamefly was the Netflix of video games. They tried to do this. Netflix said, got an idea for you. You pay one subscription fee a month. As many discs as you want. Netflix slightly changed its business model. Discs start getting returned a lot more. Discs start getting returned indefinitely by changing one thing. Then they stopped doing disc. Things got a little bit concerned. Why'd they stop doing disc? Oh, you could just stream it. What's streaming? What is that? That's new. This newfangled technology. How's that possible? Don't worry about it. You got a big catalog of movies. You don't got to wait at all. And then you can just stream it to your device. Destroyed Blockbuster. Annihilated it. You didn't even have to leave your house. No reason to leave your house to watch the beautiful things you want to witness. That was the amazement of what Netflix was. And that first started that every other company followed suit. They went against the grain. Everybody said that was stupid. Netflix said, no, watch this. Internet became more commonplace inside of households, and bada bing, bada boom, Netflix was ground zero for subscription services. Everybody else followed suit. Uber, DoorDash, all these other companies started to make subscription-based models. Started to make these things you pay monthly for, weekly for, daily for, all these things. Xbox followed suit, PlayStation followed suit, PlayStation Plus to get online advantages. Xbox started doing Game Pass and all this other stuff so you could download games and everything. It just began to snowball over and over again. But then there became the big issue of, okay, well, I'm happy that I can play these games, but are you going to take it away? Well, you don't own them. You don't own anything, actually. You haven't owned anything ever. This is a big issue. You haven't owned a single thing. Why do you think you own things? You don't. You have a limited time use of the game. Let's take one of my favorite games of all time, 99 Nights. Probably never heard of 99 Nights. 99 Nights is an Xbox 360 game that was released in 2006. I could be wrong about that date, but I'm pretty sure it was 2006. 99 Nights is a Warriors game that had too close of a camera, but I liked it so much. It had like 9 characters you could play as, but it was one of the most fun, amazing, riveting experiences I've had playing an Xbox 360 game. Very early Xbox 360 game. Graphics were very outdated. Looks like complete garbage, but I really want to play this game. So I bought a 360. I found 99 Nights for some random guy on OfferUp, and I drove out 6 hours out to the upper part of Michigan, and I got 99 Nights. And I played it. And guess what? I didn't need to be connected to the internet. I had the disc. And now I can play it whenever I feel like. That was a big hassle. I then came home and discovered there's actually an Xbox emulator that I could download. And I could play the emulator offline. I didn't know that. I had no clue I could do that. Somebody uploaded the entire archive of 99 Nights. And I had wasted $112 on a game that I wanted to play really bad. But I wanted that physical feel. I wanted the feel of the media. But I feel like we're losing ourselves. And let's get to the topic of today's video. Stop killing games. Recently, there's a man called Josh Strife Hayes who put me on to this. Now, he doesn't know who I am. He probably never will. I have no idea about anything about his life. But I do enjoy his vernacular, the way he speaks. I think he's an amazing human. I think he's godlike. I think he's amazing the way he views video games in the physical media storage. We're both 90s kids, and I appreciate you, Josh. I just have a bit more hair than you. It's a bit more up, but your hair is absolutely fabulous, and you're certainly clever. I appreciate you deeply. There's a man called Ross, R-O-S-S, Ross, who is doing this initiative called Stop Killing Games, where he just wants companies to stop destroying the physical media. More so, not just the physical media. He wants them to stop destroying video games and having them be inaccessible for somebody who wants to go back and play the game. Somebody that just wants to go back and relive their childhood or have a good time playing the game. That is all he wants. Nothing else. That's it. Very reasonable demands. Not asking to actually own the media, not asking to redistribute it and resell it. Just the ability to play a private server or something of that variety. Just the ability to source code, if you would, that fans could work on. We have dedicated modders. The internet is big, spiraling, and wide. That is all we want. And in the description below at the current moment, there is a petition to sign for Stop Killing Games. I hope and pray that this video in some way inspires you to click on that petition and sign it, because every time I want to go back and enjoy the back in the day games. The games that I no longer can enjoy. I don't have the ability to. I wanted to play Pokemon Stadium, but couldn't. I wanted to play Pokemon Stadium 2, but couldn't. I wanted to play Clay Fighter. If you don't know what Clay Fighter is, really good game, but couldn't. I wanted to enjoy a game offline, Dragon's Dogma 2, but I couldn't. I could understand if you were on Steam, and you could probably not be able to play the game because you need to be connected to the internet so Steam knows that you're not destroying it. But is the game not downloaded to my PC? Is the game not already on there? Is it not there? Could I not take the game files out and just have them? I could. I really could. There are ways I could do that. I could go all the way around and figure out how to take the licensing processes off, get the copyrights off, and actually do that. I could do that. I could be a sailor of the high seas. Yarg! I could do that. But I want to support these companies. I want them to make more games. I want Capcom to make games. I want Nintendo to make games. Even you, Bethesda. Even you, Blizzard, I want you to make games, but everybody is so caught up on the amount of money you can make with live service games. Everything's becoming live service. If the game's not complete, you can just patch everything in later and sell us an incomplete product. Do that with Call of Duty. They do that with Monster Hunter. They're probably going to do that with Borderlands 4. They do that with every game nowadays. Everything's live service. Everything. It's draining. It really is. I'm not having a good time playing video games anymore because I know a big DLC is going to come out. At this point, people are excited for DLC, but DLC shouldn't be to improve, well, more so to fix a game. It should be to improve upon an already amazing product. It should be to expand the repertoire of a game as opposed to fixing the core mechanical issues of a game. That is not the purpose of DLC. DLC isn't, all right, so we know we broke the game. We got it. We broke it. So let's fix it now. No, DLC is put there in order for you to say, okay, the game was fantastic on its own. I'm very happy about this. It is the greatest game I've ever played. I would like more of this, please. We're not going to make a number 2. That's fine. Could you make an expansion perhaps for $20? Maybe 10 or 15 or 30. I'll buy it. Perfect. Elden Ring. Amazing DLC. Dark Souls. The first one. The original Dark Souls with the Abyss, Artorias of the Abyss DLC, that was outstanding. Dark Souls 3, split into 2 DLCs. That was a little bit strange, but I did enjoy that. Dark Souls 2, love that game. I really do. Guess what? DLC was amazing. Using a lot of Souls references here. Let's talk about Far Cry. Far Cry? I'm not sure if it had DLC, actually. I'm not sure. Cyberpunk had great DLC. No Man's Sky, which was a live service game, essentially, and you need to be connected to the internet, relied on the updates. That is a game that is now amazing, but I will never play again because it started off bad. It had a bad first impression. I'm going to get a little bit tangent, a bit of a rant here. I apologize. Usually how I do my videos, but here is the biggest thing. We need to stop killing games. We need to be able to access and play games after the due date of destruction that is on to our soul and body. I want to have the ability to be able to play the video games. Netflix did this League of Legends free rotation with media, and that has perpetuated with the mindscape of everybody where they feel like they can just screw us over by giving us a taste and making us rent things. We're not buying media anymore. We're renting it for a price. It will come to a point where you'll rent everything and you'll truly own nothing. We'll be consumers in the truest sense, an endless subscription-based model to pay for things that we just want to enjoy. You'll be locked out of everything until you pay the price, and everything will rely on the almighty dollar. Oh, how bad that will be. Please, stop it before it gets further. I'm making this video despite the impact it may not have. I have a very decent mid-sized platform. I'm hoping this video gets a little bit of traction to stop killing games. Thank you. Have a lovely day, and bye.
I'm your Nick at night, be my Laurel low. Ooh, happy to try what you need. Your world, I love to live in it. Ooh, I love the ride when you're free.